That was good. That was good.
There.
That was good.
That's it.
Blue balls from not playing. I love that. Come on, baby. I need another. Need another game. Anyway, hi.
On that very tasteful
On
note.
that very tasteful note,
Good job.
hi. My name is William Tramp, otherwise known as This FNGM, and I am proud to present to you Basements and Besties, the Dark Lanterns of Sharn. We are an actual play game that utilizes Ian Publishing's A5E level up system, but we are playing a delightful version of Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition's Waterdeep Dragon Heist, modified by the Alexandrian. Look, there's a lot of pieces at play here. The main point you need to know is that we are here to give a game to you. Before we jump into tonight's session, because last session ended on kind of a rough situation. Yeah. We should go ahead and introduce ourselves. And the way that we do that is I'm going to ask all of you a question, and you're going to answer it about your character. So tonight's question, and we're going to start with Deidre or Sarah. Tonight's question is, in the big budget Hollywood film of this actual play, what actor or actress would play the role of your character?
Chelsea Peretti.
So you are Chelsea Peretti. Okay,
Yes.
great. And
She plays Gina.
no, honey, I want you to introduce yourself.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I had that answer. I am Sarah, and I play Dee, a human rogue who is trying to find her place in a world without war. And again, Chelsea Peretti.
Okay, why Chelsea Peretti? And who is Chelsea Peretti? If you
Chelsea
want to
Peretti plays Gina Linetti on Brooklyn Nine-Nine. And I would love to have Dee have just a hint of Gina in her, like the voice and some mannerisms, because that's actually how I see her. She is very aloof and not really caring about it, but she's not the whole self-absorbed part of Gina Linetti.
That's great. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and move on from you to Connor.
Hi, I'm Connor. I play Colton, a human warlock who made a deal with death and did not read the fine terms. In the big budget production of Basements and Besties, the Dark Lanterns of Sharn, Richard Armitage would play Colton.
Okay, now who is Richard Armitage?
Richard Armitage is a British actor. He played Thorin in The Hobbit, King Thorin.
Yeah.
And he also particularly is the voice of Trevor Belmont in the Castlevania anime.
Yes, he
That
is.
voice is the voice that I cannot emulate for this character. So, heck with it. He give him the long dark hair, the gaunt face, he'd be perfect, and he'd have that perfect voice.
Yeah. No, I that's awesome.
That is the voice. That is the voice that I'm trying to interpret.
Who is that? He's the king of the dwarves, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay,
Yes,
thank
yes.
you.
King of the
Trevor
Dwarves.
Belmont is the king of the dwarves.
No,
Trevor
I'm
Belmont,
just
King of
making
the
sure that
Dwarves.
actor is who I'm thinking of. Because
Deep
like,
Castlevania
King
lore.
Thorin.
Deep Castlevania. So yeah, Richard Armitage.
All right, from Connor, we're gonna go ahead and move over to Colin.
Oh, me. Okay. Hi, I'm Colin. I play Brock, the bugbear berserker who finds life a little bit dull without an explosion every now and then. Portrayed in the Basements and Besties cinematic universe by, of course, Ron Perlman in a
Yeah.
a lot of makeup because his torment must never cease.
What I love. Now, for those of us who may not know who Ron Perlman is, what does he start in?
He is. I think of him because I don't know. I'm a child who likes fantasy movies. I think of him as Hellboy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
He was also the Beast in Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, he's been in a lot of stuff, but he absolutely has the build for it, and he could do the voice 100%.
Now, the one thing I'm a little sad about by you making that decision is my envisioning of your character's father was Ron.
Was Ron Perlman?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. So
That could be an in joke.
what I love about this is it's going to just be Ron Perlman playing two roles.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I drew a picture of your dad.
That's
He
not
was
hard to pull
Ron
off anymore.
Perlman, the Goblin.
So,
Great.
all right. We will go ahead and move now over to Dennis.
Hello, I'm Dennis. I play RJ, the Warforged Adept, who is exploring his place in humanity while being dedicated to the safety of Breland. And I think in this movie world, it would have to be D.B. Woodside, who is the one that plays Amenadiel in the TV show Lucifer.
Ooh.
It'd be the voice acting, but also possibly playing in costume. The reason why is because, honestly, the Amenadiel character is very similar in the fact that it's a soldier that eventually has to learn how to live amongst people. And in later seasons, he's actually he does get a little bit looser and weirder. And I think it would really fit with the turning back and forth of RJ's character.
So I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I have no idea who that actor is. But I love the fact that you found... Has he been in anything else other than Lucifer that we know?
He's been in Suits.
Oh, I've seen Suits. What's he in there?
He's what's her name? The main...
Rachel?
No, the boss lady's boyfriend.
Which?
Oh, okay,
Oh,
yeah,
when she leaves for
To
Chicago.
Chicago.
Yeah, okay, yeah, no, I know. Okay, now I know exactly who that
yeah,
is. Okay,
he's been in quite a few things actually. But,
I've never seen Lucifer, so it's like
Lucifer's good. I think you would like that one.
as
Fuck this game. I'm gonna go watch Lucifer. See you guys.
As
Wait,
he
no.
actually is a soldier angel, and then eventually has to get comfortable with being amongst people. So it really works for the characterization, and it's kind of actually where some of the concepts come from. So.
Very nice. No, I love that. Okay, so lastly, but not
Jessica.
leastly, because that's a word, leastly,
It's gonna bug me the whole time.
we're gonna go over to Cassie.
Hi, I'm Cassie. I play Adelaide Oleander, a human bard whose own story has stepped outside of her Dragonmark house. And in the cinematic world for our band of rapscallions, Adelaide, I think, would be played by Anna Schaefer, who played Triss Marigold from the Witcher series.
Oh, yeah!
Okay, I can see that.
I think physically and age-wise, she would be a good fit, and I think the beauty and charm, but a little bit of a played with a little bit of a frenetic energy to mix in. I think she would do a good job.
Yeah, I can definitely
I
see
can
that.
see that.
Wonderful. All right. Luckily, I don't have a role in this other than to narrate, so I guess I would be played by Morgan Freeman, just slowly talking throughout.
Tell
Everybody
us
says
every
Morgan.
single NPC's casting.
Everybody says Morgan.
Try every single one piece is casting. I imagine poor Morgan Freeman having to read through that script and go, "Do I have to say this many ums?" And it's like, yeah, you do, man. That's how he talks. So, okay, let's go ahead and get started with the game. No, we're not going to start with the game. I'm making a joke. We're going to recap what happened because for those of you who don't know, which is all of you at home, it's been 2 months since we have played. No, I'll tell them the truth.
This is how the sausage is made, everyone.
This is how the sausage is made.
To
So
mention,
2
we're
months.
in
Like 2.5.
we're in a
Yeah.
pretty clear, different season now. You'll notice the cardigans.
Yeah.
Ironically, though, you were wearing the same T-shirt until you changed.
Yeah, I
That
realized
would've
that.
been
Yeah,
funny.
I only have like 2 T-shirts.
Same.
Okay, so let's go ahead and talk a bit about let's overall, kind of zooming out. What's the situation? What's happening? Where?
Bad.
Okay, great. Tell me a little bit about that.
So we had stumbled in. We did our surveillance. We came
Of what?
Of the Lantar Villa.
Okay, you're at the Atlanta Villa. Why?
Because we have information that they have one of the stones of galore that we are trying to get our hands on, and they have big connections to the fireball that got dropped in the market in Clifftop.
Ooh, and who do you believe is responsible for that fireball again, or at least who's directly responsible?
Directly responsible, we believe, is a nimble right that was purchased by the Erlanter brothers, I believe.
Yeah, and the Archer brothers, by the way, their names are
Elias and Helias.
excellent. Okay, so you've done some surveillance and you've broken into the Orlanter Villa. What's happened since? Like, what was going on when you approached the Orlanter Villa? There's something a little odd.
Well, the first thing that we saw, unfortunately, was the body of the deceased chef, Anna, and found also the butler and the head maid, Buttersworth and Helga, had also been slain because there were a bunch of one of the factions from House Tarkanan down in the great room primarily.
Yeah, so it looks like someone else has taken the initiative and decided to break into the Erlanter Villa with significantly more violence, I believe, than you all had planned to.
Significantly.
So, Sarah, what happened? What'd you all decide to do?
Well, we were going to just try to get the stone and get out of there, but then it turned into maybe we should help the Lantars and question them. And then, but at this point in time, another group joined the fray that we weren't expecting, and we kind of recognize them, kind of don't. We don't. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, because this new faction here, as you went in and you saw the members of House Tarkanan giving fight to the guards, the house, you see a fourth faction, because you would be a faction as well, kind of burst in, and these people look relatively normal, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah. Well, while so these people have come in, wands ablazing, and started to add even more chaos. But while that was going on, I believe RJ and Brock were doing something else. Why don't you go ahead and tell me what RJ and Brock were doing?
We stole a brother. We took him. Well, he was hiding in one of the.
Which one, by the way?
Elias.
Yes.
And he was hiding in a locked room in the back, and we broke into said room, and threatened him because that seemed like the right idea.
Seemed the right thing to do at the time.
And then my good friend jumped out the window with him.
Well, I think we're missing one key point, because you weren't the only ones who were going into that room to threaten them. I believe you met somebody en route to that location.
Yes.
Do you remember anything about this man?
I do.
Well, go ahead and tell me. What do you remember?
He stabbed me and it hurt real bad.
He did.
He did significant damage to you, but that's about what I remember.
Yeah, a seemingly allied with the Tarkanan people, we think, but he manifested some kind of aberrant dragon mark power to cause some sort of magic or poison or something to coat his blade and stab Brock real good with it.
Real good. And then he made his escape.
And then he leapt out the window.
But and when I gave you the description of this man,
yes,
one of you, well, maybe not one of you two, but one of you at the table had already met this person, it turns out.
Oh my gosh!
Yep. Sarah, go ahead and tell us about that.
No! I just remembered where he's from.
The joke here is that Sarah walked away from the table out of nowhere. So, do you remember where this man is from?
So he was one of the people at the marketplace in Clifftop when it exploded in the aftermath, and she unsuccessfully tried to probe his mind for information, and he was having none of it. She also didn't ask for his name.
No, it was a real, it's you!
But luckily, you guys got his name this time. No, you didn't.
Yeah. Sorry, it didn't really come up, Will.
His knife did.
And the very unmasked man has yet again made his escape from the group. But right now, we don't have any time to worry about that, because there is a large firefight happening in the middle of the master bedroom of the Erlanter Villa. We've got people leaping out of windows and trying to abscond with noblemen. There's a lot going on. So we had to re-roll initiative because it's been 2 months.
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and start with Deidre. The joke here is that Sarah walked away from the table without telling us why. So we're actually going to skip Deidre, and we're going to go straight to Colton. Woo! So Colton, to kind of build up the scene again, you are in the master bedroom. You snuck in invisibly, and then when the strange faction of people with semi-recognizable voices, but they all look like plain-clothed, nondescript people, except for the one dark-skinned one with the very large bosom that you seem to be focused on.
You made a big deal about it.
That they are in this room, pointing their wands at two. There's still 2 house guards in here. One of them being the half-orc Hrabaz, I believe is the name flame,
That's
and
right.
and also Helias or Lantar, dressed in armor, is also in this room, and he's currently giving Deidre the stink eye. So Colton, we come to you.
Oh, this is bad. This is real bad. I am going to go ahead and I'm back in that corner. Colton realizes this is not going to work. I'm going to disengage, and I am going to make for this balcony and one of these windows.
Okay.
5, 10, excuse me, my lord, 15, 20, 25, 30, and I'm just making a break for that window.
Okay, so you're trying to weave through this group of combatants. You have come up to the window. This particular window, by the way, is closed.
Yep.
No one has broken through this window. They broke through the doors when they came in right next to it. You rush past Helias or Lantar, who is currently glaring at D, and D, who has a look of, kid hand caught in the cookie jar as she is trying to unlock this chest. So you're trying to make a break for it in the safest way possible. Deidre, we come to you. We last saw you trying to break into a chest, and looking up, you see Helias or Lantar, the more severe looking of the Lantar twins, kind of giving you his eyes narrowed as he his eyes narrowed at you as you have tried to break into his chest. What do you do?
I am going to disengage, bonus action, 5, 10, and then try to jump through this window.
Okay, you're going to need to make a strength check. So the strength check, you're going to give me a strength check to see if you can burst your way through this window.
16.
16, that is enough. So you go ahead and burst through the window. That's going to take two of your movement.
So then
to get through.
difficulty, so that was my brain just suffering. 4, 5, 6. So then that's 3.
And you disengage as a bonus action, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. So you burst through the window, rushing past your ally and through the swinging weapons of the combatants there. You're now on the balcony. You're on the second floor. It's nighttime out in Sharn.
Right.
You can see that there are the street lights. The street lamps are on. In the distance, you can see kind of distant people milling about outside of the grounds of the complex. And in the very far distance, you can hear the sound of the city guards' whistles. It's in the distance. It's going to be a while till they reach here, but an alarm may have been triggered.
On this balcony, is there anything? Is it like a sheer wall, or can I climb up to the roof?
There is a overhang on this balcony.
Okay, so then 6, 7, 8,
And so you rush over to the edge of the balcony.
Is this sheer? This wall?
That is a wall. Yeah, this wall right here is sheer and goes up to the roof. Yes.
Okay, I want to try to climb up.
Okay, so go ahead and give me a athletics check. Climb specifically.
Athletics. I don't think climb's the thing. I would like to re-roll, please. Not 20, so 21.
Okay, I will go ahead and say that is good enough. It's going to be another, we will say...
That's the last of that.
It's going to be 10 feet total of climbing, although it takes you double movement to climb up, so it'll take about 20 feet of movement.
Then I have 20 to book across the roof because I have long stride.
Okay, you start running across the roof. Which direction are you headed?
I'm going to run back towards the direction of where the door was, which I think if on the lower floor, it's this way.
Up on the roof, you can't hear over on this side of things. By the way, you do hear a new sound, a sound of yelling, like terrified yelling. Oh, please, just take it, go!
I'm gonna run towards that then.
Okay, excellent. So you're heading across the roof, this direction. Sounds good.
Just right here.
Okay.
You will know you're running across.
And then that's it, because that's dash bonus action. So.
Wonderful. We're going to go ahead and go from Deidre, and we're now going to go to the house guards. So, first we go to the guard that's right here. Actually, heck, none of you are really in the room, so I guess you don't really see this. So let me go ahead and just do some.
I might.
Oh,
see
you
it as
should
I run past.
Yeah. Actually, seeing you turn around and try to escape, house guard is going to turn and try to stop you. So let's go ahead and have an attack roll of some sort. Attack rolls are a thing in Dungeons and Dragons, right? That's a thing.
No.
They removed those in the last patch.
Oh,
Sorry.
they did? Oh, okay. Well then, fuck. No.
Just 2 damage.
Yeah, it's just damage.
All right, so the house guard here is going to make his first attack.
Sure.
And that is going to be a longsword swing with a 17 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You're going to take a grand total of... Hey, Will, you should roll the damage dice at the same time as the attack dice.
Saves time.
Yeah, saves time. All right, that's going to be a total of 7 points of damage to you for
Cool.
the first hit. The second hit, as he swings now with his other hand, he's got a short sword drawn in his other hand. He's going to try to hit you with that. And by the way, he's swinging. He is swinging in such a way that is lethal.
Oh, I assumed.
Yeah. This attack, though, I believe does not hit, as he only gets a 10.
Miss.
Okay, so you're able to throw yourself out of the way of a potentially dropping blow there. Meanwhile, Rabaz here, the kind of half orc, more decorated guard there with the like kind of split lip scar there. He is going to continue to press against the woman, the kind of nondescript woman that's wearing like a maid's clothing, with like the apron on, but who has those 2 wands out. He is going to go ahead and try to take her down. So, Rabaz will... I know the exciting thrill of Will attacking non-player characters. Here we go. That is going to be a hit. Probably should look at both of their statistics at the same time, right? That would be good. Let's see here. Gonna hit.
Who we have to steal from, so
Yeah.
Okay, so that is a hit dealing X amount of damage. Then he's going to swing again. He also has a short sword drawn. And that is going to be a flat out miss. In fact, he swings so terribly that she will take the opportunity to pull off a shot on him. So he comes swinging. You're right there for this, and he swings at her, and she expends a lot of energy trying to dodge a fatal blow. And as he starts to swing here, his chest kind of puffed out. She's got a wand right there in his chest, and quickly rattles off an incantation. And let's see what ends up happening. All right, dang, what that? Oh, they use different damage dice. They use scary damage dice.
Yeah. Good deal.
That is going to miss though, as he turns with very well practiced speed, and you see like his armor dent from the blow as it kind of glances off there. As a bolt of arcane force kind of
And his first
off.
one to the chest.
Scary.
Yeah, it is.
All these high-level enemies fighting each other. I just want to go home.
Helias or Lantar is going to kind of stop. He's kind of tracking Dee with his eyes as she was running out of the room, but then he sort of stops, as it kind of stops for a second and kind of looks to like nothing, and suddenly his eyes dart towards the door over here, and he yells, Elias is in trouble! Get him! And he's going to point to the nimble right.
Oh, fuck.
Meanwhile, Elias is down on the ground,
Yeah.
on his knees, I imagine, in front of you. He's just thrown this stone
Yeah.
at you, right? So he's taken this stone. Let's do a dramatic reenactment.
Yeah.
He's taken the stone. He's just hurled it at you.
And
he's-
Brock catches it though. He's
on
way
his-
cooler than
He's
me.
on his knees and he's yelling, "Please don't take me! I don't wish to be taken!" And so he's on the ground there. The nimble right is going to jump into gear. All right, who has been kind of very quiet, I suppose you could say, deactivated. Did Will completely forget that the nimble right had statistics and forgot to run it in the last combat? I don't know. We'll never know because he's acting now, though. So, Carol Flynn, the nimble right, is going to. Carol
Yeah, I
Flynn
love it.
is going to start running. So we're going to go ahead and go with...
It's fine. How fast could it really be?
It is called nimble.
Nimble.
It's pretty nimble.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35.
Oh, no.
She has lost her reaction. So 35. Hold on. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35.
So it just kind of flies past me.
Do you want to take an opportunity?
No.
And the nimble right is going to leap from the balcony.
Fuck.
And with a running jump, manages to grab onto the ledge of the roof and pulls itself up to the roof, and is now you turn around and you hear like a thunk, and you see this automaton with this big floppy hat and this beard and this like Van Dyke like beard and glorious golden hair stand up, and it is the perfect image of the Ondarian fencer Carol Flynn, with moonlight, like, shining off his arm. It stands up straight, and you see it extends its hand, and a long blade just shink, and it just slides out of its arm there, and like it's a part of it, and it starts to run towards you. So we will go ahead and move from. Helias gives that order. He then draws his weapon and is going to step forward to try to cut this guy down. So, Helias or Lantar, Retro, pulls out the sword. Oh, he's got a long sword. My apologies. And we're going to say he's using that in 2 hands. So we're going to roll this sweet damage. And he... with one fluid motion, he draws it and then slices across the chest of this guy who looks somewhat like a porter here, and just cuts his chest wide open. That man falls with a scream. You can see that as this man falls, that the deepness of that wound implies that Helias is far stronger than he may appear.
Cool. Glad I chose to leave this engagement.
Seems to be a running theme with the people in this building.
All right, we
Except
are
for
going
us.
to go ahead and move from the Lantars to Brock. Brock, you're out there in the streets. You're in an side alley.
Yeah.
You can see that you're not quite near a street lamp yet. Elias, our Lantar, has this pathetic look on his face as he's on the ground. His clothes have been soiled by the dirty water from the rain that's collected here. He's on his knees. He's just thrown this stone at you, and he's begging, "Please don't hurt me! Don't take me! I don't wish to be taken!"
All right, shut up for a second. Brock is gonna look up to the window that he just jumped out of to see if RJ is up there, and assuming you were kind of tracking. That's where you are. He's gonna say, "I got it. We're pulling out. We gotta go." And then
you can see RJ, by the way, is like looking, like suddenly looks back towards away from the window as RJ is hearing Helias Lantar giving orders to go after to go after Elias. Okay.
I'm gonna stuff the stone into a coat pocket.
Good.
And then not really I don't know. I guess he's kind of waiting to make sure everybody gets out. So he'll turn back to Elias and say, "You don't move," and he'll turn and is the side of this building just a sheer wall, or are there like
there are no
there...
windows on the first floor, so it is a sheer wall that's kind of built in the same material that the actual wall around the complex is.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Like stucco, I guess.
In that case, am I understanding right that you said I'm in an alley right now, correct?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to remember exactly how this place was laid out.
Yeah. You're really, if you're looking at the bottom map, you're like liberally here.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, no, I guess just he'll pull Lucille off his shoulder and kind of wait and make sure. I guess he'll just dodge.
Sure. So you take defensive actions, kind of waiting to see what's going to happen next. We're going to go ahead and move from Brock to RJ. So RJ, you have watched Brock grab Elias or Lantar and leap out the window. He's gotten the stone. Elias is begging for his life, clearly terrified. And you just heard Elias give out the call to go after him. And you can hear that the sounds of battle are getting pretty pitched in there. What do you do?
So as I move into action, I call out to him, leave him, let him go back in. They want him, not what we're here for. And as I do that, I kind of go through the window, but kind of turn and try to parkour my way down off of it.
Okay, so you're going to try to out the window.
Yeah, out the window and down to the street, but not just a straight jump. I'm going to try to do like a wall slide push off type thing.
Sure, let's go ahead and give me a acrobatics check. Let's go ahead and see if this is if you can mitigate any of the damage that you're about to take from the falling damage. Do you have slow fall?
I do not.
Okay.
That's cut. That is 14.
And unfortunately, there's not a lot of great handholds on this wall, so you are going to go ahead and land in either prone or we'll call it the hero pose. Which is still prone. You will take 8 points of damage.
Okay.
As you land hard.
Oh,
For the 20-foot jump.
What do you need?
I'll get you
Just
one.
spit real quick. Just so I don't.
You hit the ground, and we'll go into anything else you'd like to do.
So that was movement. I'm going to dash as my action.
Well, you're prone on the ground.
So I'm going to use it to stand up.
So you spend a movement to dash. Yeah, stand up, and you have about half your speed left.
Yeah,
in movement.
just making sure that I don't have anything that on my stand up. I do not. Okay.
My general rule is that once you fall, it ends that full movement. So
Yeah.
Then, okay.
So and so I'm going to use action to stand up and move, and then also exert. So I can use step of the wind to bonus action dash also. I'm going to go to him, and as I'm going...
Well, he's right there underneath the window because he hasn't moved.
Oh,
away.
he's right on.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Then when I stand up, I'm going to reach out for the gem.
It's in his pocket, so you don't actually even... Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm going to... Do you resist me reaching in?
No.
I reach in, grab it, and then I bolt with it.
Okay. So there's basically two directions you have. You can either head towards the main road out front, or you can head the back way and start going through the back alleys. Sounds good. So you reach up, as basically as you're putting this in your pocket and pulling out, he reaches over and just kind of grabs that stone,
Okay.
turns, and then just starts bolting.
As I'm telling you, leave him. They want him, not this.
Yeah, okay, sounds good. So RJ starts to bolt. As you bolt and kind of look back, you can see that there are figures up on the roof as you're kind of starting to make your way away from Dragonhawk Villa or the Lantar Villa. I keep forgetting I gave it a name. Dragonhawk Villa. All right, so we're going to go ahead and go from RJ to...
With seeing him, can I whistle just to see if I can get eyes as
you're,
I'm running or not? That's fine if not.
you're not quiet by running at all.
Okay,
So we're gonna go ahead and move over to Adelaide. So Adelaide, you are in the foyer. You're still disguised as the chef Anna. Now you'll remember that you were in a position where you're feeling kind of quite guilty about this
Right.
situation, which has left you a little bit on edge. So you hear the call to go after Elias. You can hear the sounds of presumably Elias or Lantar begging for his life, I guess. And what are you gonna do?
I mean, I'm location-wise, I need to be in a different location. I can't see anything, and I'm not helpful here. I'm going to actually move down the stairs, which is also I'm going to pick up my sword got thrown. It was like here. So 1, 2, 3. I'm going to pick it up as I'm moving. 4. I don't know how this relates.
Same question. So
Oh yeah.
1, 2, 3,
This would be
4,
5,
5,
6. Sure.
7, 8, and I have I've also got Long Strider on me right now.
Okay, so you made your way back down to the first floor.
Yes.
Okay, so you're back in the large. What is it?
The Great Hall.
You're back in the Great Hall, where you can see a number of bodies lying there. What are you doing?
So I've got my rapier in one hand, and I've got those keys in the other. I am gonna try and open this door to a room that we have no intel on.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, so you're going to continue your investigation of the. Oh, I love this so much. Okay, so this door is unlocked. As you open it up, you see what appears to be a den. This den has the heads of various beasts mounted on the walls and gleaming suits of armor standing at attention in the corners. Bearskin rugs and overstuffed chairs fill this room. On a table resting in about the middle of the room, you see a cage containing a hooded falcon. And so from this room, you can see that there's another door. I'm so sorry. You're done there. Whoops. You see there's another door across. Kind of across there. Yeah.
Okay. Can I?
It's some sort of like trophy room.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and I guess use my action to try and move to the other door. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is it open or locked?
It is closed.
Okay.
If you want to try the door, it appears to be unlocked.
Okay, I'm gonna try the door.
Okay, so you go ahead and open the door, revealing, so you rush through the trophy room and go to the other door and throw it open, and you see that this room appears to be some sort of parlor. It is furnished for comfort and contains dainty chairs, a chase lounge, you see a wine cabinet, and framed paintings of various, presumably long dead family members of the Lantar family based on the little plaques underneath. You also see that there are 2 corpses in this room. The body of 2 guards lie atop blood-soaked rugs. The guards are wearing the chain shirts in the livery of House Lantar, and you note that this door is wide open.
Okay. But I don't see any like desks or anything that could potentially house information.
No, and here it seems to be like a sitting room, and there's a wine cabinet.
Okay.
Why?
I've got 2 more spaces to move. I'm going to start moving back towards this door then.
Okay, so you throw open that door, see nothing of immediate interest, and start bolting back towards the opposite direction. The intruders. Okay, all right. So, so the woman wielding the 2 wands turns over and looks at the other woman back over here, the large-breasted woman, and she says, "The stone! We need the stone!" But the woman at this door doesn't seem to really be paying much attention, as her eyes have narrowed, and she has a snarl forming across her face as she is looking at Elias or Lantar, who just cut down one of his own
in one fell swoop.
And seeing this, the more nondescript woman says, "So we have to get the stone!" And she starts to kind of shake herself out of this, and this woman over here kind of throws up her hands in frustration, turns and starts to bolt out the door.
Hey!
Everybody going on that route.
Okay. Pravas is going to go ahead and take the opportunity there for a opportunity attack. He is going to flat out fucking miss, overextend, and fall on slip on the rug. There, she is going to start running. You hear her. Oh yeah, does she do that? Does she have that? Did I give her that ability? I'm pretty sure. I don't need that. Get out of here. You're in my way. So let's see here.
Saul Goodman.
Saul Goodman. Better call Saul. Hold on here. Yeah. As she's running out, you hear her kind of giving out an incantation, and as you look through the open window, she's running out. She's She's murmuring out the words of an incantation, and suddenly she's just gone.
Oh shit.
And suddenly, D, you see just a bit of a ways from the Nimberite, who you see kind of standing in the moonlight. You see this woman appears, the woman from before with the two wands, and she suddenly just appears out of thin air and is just running as fast as she can, kind of even like past you, not directly past you, but like just running just past you. And you see her kind of stop at the edge of the roof over here, and she goes, and that's when you turn around and you make eye contact with this woman, who then just kind of just flashes a smile at you, and you can just see the pearly whites there up against the kind of the darkness that shrouds her face. You recognize this woman, by the way. She's the one who entered the door, at the that little villa across the road.
Next door.
Yeah, she's the one who entered the door. Okay, and we will go ahead and go to, this one is going to turn around and yell, go boss, I've got them! And he will rush forward towards Elias here, and he's going to draw he's got his dagger drawn, and he's going kind of a backwards grip, and then just starts kind of like slices, drops into his other hand, and then tries to back slice again. So I don't know. In my head, that seems really cool.
No, it does. I can see it.
It's
I
really
will
cool.
tell you the TikTok of Sellsword Arts would tell you that that's a terrible attack.
Fantasy, it works. You know what? According to this dice, it ain't. This dice, it ain't.
Got him!
That is going to be a 19 versus Elias' armor class.
It's probably not.
What, Elias' armor?
Yeah.
He's wearing armor.
I know. I just want him to be shit.
He's wearing that good shit.
Oh, I like this.
That's not good.
You're in the room to see this.
Oh!
God.
You're in the room to see
Oh
this.
boy!
Okay.
Hercules.
I'm just not being in the room after this.
Oh, you don't say! That's my plan.
Well,
We'll see how it works.
We'll see how it goes.
everybody apparently is clearing out.
Luckily, I'm almost next on the list.
Away.
Okay. So, this is what you see. So the this man who looks like maybe he might fit in at like a guy you'd see at a local watering hole, right?
Yeah.
Takes his dagger and then just takes the blade and plunges it into the neck of Elias or Lantar. When he he kind of gets a look of triumph on his face momentarily until Elias just kind of turns his head, grabs his wrist, and then just slowly pulls his hand out. You see the blade sliding out. There's a little bit of blood on it, but you can see the wound is already closing up as it is pulling out. And he trembles as he tries to stab back, but Elias kind of just shoves him back with such force that he kind of like staggers back a couple of feet. The nobleman, his face is a mixture of fury, but with a slight sneer across his face, as he kind of eyes with a predatory glaze. Predatory glaze. It's the new flavor from Krispy Kreme.
Oh yeah, I love it.
With a predatory gaze at this man.
Oh,
And
God.
you see this happen. You see this happen.
Oh!
All right, so we're going to go ahead and Saul, who spent his action sort of being kind of dazed, kind of fighting with his rage here, he's going to turn around and start running. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 5. So he's, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's running back towards that window that he'd come through. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go to Deirdre. Okay, we're going to move on to Colton.
Seeing that,
Things to do. Yeah.
seeing that it's oh no, this is absolutely where I don't want to be.
Yeah, a house guard who is kind of exerting pressure upon you, although he seems to be somewhat distracted by the fact that his lord is being attacked right now. But he's still got you squared up. Meanwhile, Pravaz is right at your feet.
But he is prone.
He is. Mm-hmm.
And he used his reaction and failed. So what I'm going to do is, knowing that I am in danger and I need to have some form of getting out of here, it's time to go spooky mode. So as I see this, I'm like, all right, well, everyone's pulling out the big cards. I'll do this as I leave. I kind of release the and the mist kind of comes from me, and I will use an action to cast or to use Form of Dread. I get a
that you're
detail.
basically a squid. You just
Right. Well, it's supposed to be like
I know.
inky gas. Woo! All right, so 13 temporary hit points.
Hey, that'll help.
This is the D10 plus my warlock level. Roll
Yeah.
the 10, thank everything. And like as my form turns misty and ghoulish, I will go ahead and walk away from this guard.
Dude, is there anything else that happens other than you gain temporary hit points?
I gain temporary hit points when I activate it. No, when I attack someone, there's a chance that they can be feared.
Okay.
I like to imagine I try to intimidate people with it, but that's not my goal.
Sure. Well, this man is going to take an attack of opportunity.
I
at
assume
you.
so.
So he's going to take a swing here with his long sword,
Yep.
and that is going to be a. You know what? I don't like that. That could have been higher, so I'm going to re-roll that.
Oh. You can do that?
I can.
Does that go into our?
Oh
That goes
okay.
into our pool,
All right,
Mister.
all right.
Mister.
Let me get that back to you. But I got worse. So,
Okay.
So does a 12 hit your armor class?
Nope.
No.
We'll
okay.
say kind of the misty form makes it hard to hit.
Sure, excellent. So
And
it kind
yeah.
of attacks where you were.
5, 10,
10, 15.
10, 15, 20, 25. So what is it? It's
20 feet down to the ground.
and it's 2d6 of damage for every 10 feet past the first 10.
Correct. No, 2d6. It's
One.
26 for every 10 feet.
1d6. So 2d6. Cool.
There you go.
Going over. I'm just fuck it. I'm going over the balcony.
Oh, what happened? Oh
He's
no.
going, what? I don't know why Will's so
Falling.
excited.
You're gonna take 6 points of damage
Ow.
as you lay him prone on the ground.
Yep.
Your fearsome in your fearsome hero pose.
Oh
As you hit the ground,
boy.
you hear something odd. Hey. As you hit the ground, you hear something odd.
Uh-huh.
You hear the sound of dogs barking.
Oh boy.
And off in the distance, you can see
The house.
something that maybe puts your own, it causes your own heart to stop a little bit.
Yeah.
You see, because what's coming towards you around the path and through the trees of the grounds of the Lantar Villa,
Uh-huh.
you see not one but two large mastiffs.
Oh, Betty B.
Two
Betty
large
B.
mastiffs who have been patrolling the grounds, and among them, as your eyes sort of focus kind of through the pain of and your own like kind of wispy smoke here, you see another figure. At first, you believe it may have just been a shadow of a person, or maybe a shadow of a person there, vaguely man-shaped, maybe draped in the shadows cast by the trees and such on the grounds. But as your eyes sort of focus, you realize, no, this is no enshrouded man. This is a man of shadow.
Oh, good.
As a figure of pure darkness stands here amongst the trees. But you could feel the malevolence from him pouring off of him as he turns his gaze towards you.
Cool.
Cool.
What a day.
We'll go ahead and go to the house guards. Okay. Rabas is going to get up, and seeing that his quarry has left, he's going to run out 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and then he's going to pull the same maneuver, 5, 10. He's going to leap, trying to grab onto the walls there. Oh no, Rabas, no! Rabas not 20. So Rabas leaps, almost trips over the edge, but manages to instead like put his foot on the banister around the balcony. Just time to push himself up, grabs onto the top of the roof, and is now pulling himself up to the roof. Okay. So that's Rabas there. So he's hanging out with the rooftop crew. And we will then. This guard is going to turn and try to protect his lord. So you can hear. Well, I guess really no one's in there anymore. So I'm just going to let that continue as it goes. We're going to go ahead and go to.
Am I able to take my turn?
Oh yes, my apologies. We'll come to you, Deirdre. So Deirdre, you're on the rooftop. The woman, the nondescript woman with the 2 wands, is just running right past you. The nimble right is you kind of caught between her and the nimble right there. You can hear the sound of "Please don't hurt me." Quiet. You hear Brock's voice say, "Quiet. You stay still." And kind of coming over from the distance, you hear footsteps running off in the distance. But also way farther in the distance, you can hear the sounds of the city watch whistles, but that seems to be a fair distance away.
I'm gonna be running across the rooftop. As I'm running, is there guttering on this rooftop?
Sure.
I want to get to the corner of the building.
Sure.
Because I'm using dash, and then I want to slide down the guttering to get to the ground.
Hey,
Right.
you're going to give me an acrobatics check. So since you're running to a corner of the building, this does make sense. So acrobatics check to slide down it. You are 30 feet up, by the way, rather than the 20 feet up. 18, yeah. You go ahead and slide down it. That will take dash and move.
That's fine. I don't know how long I was from the corner of the building, so
Dash and move to get down to the ground. You have a bonus action left. What would you like to do with it?
Going to.
So you hit the ground. You can see, you can see you're out in the corner. You see Brock's over here, standing over this pathetic-looking nobleman. Please don't let him. He's quiet now.
I'm going.
And you can see RJ is running off in the opposite direction.
I'm going to grab Brock by the hand and trying to pull him. I'm going to move. I'm going to yell.
So you run back this direction, grab Brock.
Oh, I thought I was running towards them. No, because again.
You aren't running anywhere. You've landed on the ground.
Right,
So
and I
on
thought
one side you have
was-
Brock. On the other side over here you have RJ running off.
Right. Then I'm just going to yell for Brock because I thought he was right there.
Okay.
And then run towards RJ, yelling at him. He needs to follow me because I'm like, remember, I can get us through the city. No sight.
Okay. And we will go ahead. I know the way, you yell. So we will go ahead and go from Deirdre to the Lantars. Elias Lantar looks to you and he's on his knees and he's going, "Oh God, please don't."
Oh my god. Ondarians, I swear.
I'm just a man. I'm just a man. And we go to Brock. Pathetic sniveling runs in front of you.
Okay, so I can account for those two. I can probably see what's her name on the roof, looking after these two, but I know they can run pretty quick, so I feel like they can probably take care of themselves. Have not seen hide nor hair of Colton or Adelaide. So I think what he will...
But you hear the sounds of dogs barking now.
I do hear the sounds of dogs barking now. No, not DMX. I think I would... So does this side of the build... Oh, right. I keep forgetting. Jesus. What would, based on what I know of the layout, what would be the fastest way to get into the courtyard?
Either over the wall.
Yeah.
And going up here and going out to the main street and climbing over the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Or going back around this way and going through the house. Or you remember back in the back alley, there's a wall over here, and then there was the stable house.
Right. Oh, thank you.
Oh yeah, you have your own map.
I do.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah. So I'm like over here.
Yeah, that's exactly where you are. That's literally exactly where you are. Farthest away from the courtyard you could be.
Yeah, it's not great.
Oh, it's the window.
Big stained glass window. Yep.
I guess I will dash back through the alleyway as far as I can get in preparation to go through the house.
Sounds good. So you turn the corner. Brock looks like he's following the two of you for a moment before he breaks off. Kind of breaks off away from you, and looks like he's running back towards the house.
I'll shout back, "Keep going! I'll catch you up."
All right, so we go ahead and go from Brock to RJ. So RJ, you've got the stone, but you see that you're being watched. Deidre is with you. Are you going to keep running?
Can you keep up?
Yeah.
I go down the alley, but not to the point that I lose her, and I'm waiting for her so that she can take the lead once she.
You two are running.
Yeah.
Basically, here's the thing: you're leaving the combat.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
you guys are bolting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, excellent.
And
So
eventually, she takes the lead so that she can take us.
that's not going to apply.
Okay.
No, that's not going to apply. You guys are being clearly being watched and followed. So, but you guys are going to go ahead and start running. So the because your ability allows you to travel through the city streets, but that doesn't stop an encounter that you're currently in. So you guys are currently being chased. So we're going to go ahead and say that you guys start to beat feet out into the streets. So we're going to put you off to the side for a second here. Adelaide, you're still in that. You're making your way. You made your way through the trophy room, opened up, saw a parlor, turning back. Where are you going next?
Okay, I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can I open this door?
Set of double doors here. You go ahead and that one is unlocked. You open it up, revealing a short hall to a that opens up to a much larger room.
Okay, so my movement would stop right in front of this door. Can I try and open this door?
That door is locked.
Can I use the keys that I have? The ring of keys.
You start moving through the keys. You kind of start fitting a couple in. You're able to find that one of them does in fact open that door.
Okay, can I open it?
You're gonna open that door. Okay, open that door.
Open that.
Okay, you're on the bottom floor. Oh. In the middle of this room, you see a 10-foot square canvas wrestling mat sprawled out. You see velvet armchairs with small statues of naked men on pedestals, and tall mahogany bookshelves are arranged neatly around the room. A mahogany desk in one corner is covered with papers. And there are a number, and the bookshelves are of course filled with leather-bound books all across.
Okay, I'm gonna. Can I go to the desk and I want to start looking at and grabbing the papers, looking for evidence.
You absolutely may. Hold on here. Grab these. Handout!
Love handouts.
Evidence!
It means we did something right, or I'm sorry that.
Okay, but that's going to end your turn.
Okay.
As you start to pick up and grab as many papers as you can.
Did the nimble right go?
We are then going to go ahead and go from Adelaide to.
Oh, I don't think you did.
I'm sorry.
The nimble right, did it go this round?
Oh no, I
Yeah, you
forgot.
skipped the line.
All right, so you hear the sounds of footsteps behind you, and then the sound of like metal wrenching, and as you're running down the alley, you can see climbing down upside down.
Oh gosh.
Down the same water spout that she did is the nimble.
Dun 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 dun.
Is he looking at us or looking at Elias?
It's
When I look back.
It's definitely, well, as it hits the ground, it stands up. It looks at you and starts running. It's like starts. And it's
Dun
coming
dun
after you.
dun dun dun.
Well, let's say for a moment it turns to Elias, and Elias says, "The stone!" and points out, and then it turns to you and like the T-1000.
That's why I keep doing the Terminator music.
There you go. We're gonna go ahead and now
Watching
move
the
to
first
the.
time
We're gonna
this
move to
week.
the intruders now. Basically, these two join. Also begin to beat feet after you.
The chase.
Okay, so let's go ahead and create a little chase pile over here, right? Your little chase pile. So who else is in the chase? Where are your minis?
I think that might be,
Minis?
just a heads up, I think that might be the room I go through since it has a window in the back there.
You're in your own. Yeah. Sorry. Then here, put these in the little chase order for
Okay.
me, so we know who all is involved in the chase.
Okay.
I am a vice.
There you go. Wonderful.
Right here seems good.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and so the
And you're also
wonderful. You hear the sound of a scream rip through the house. Adelaide.
Okay.
Ah! And hear a thump from upstairs. Okay. Deirdre and RJ are currently beating feet. So we're going to come back to them in a moment here. Colton, you've gained the attention of these mastiffs and this shadowy man, and they've sort of kind of used their action to kind of like turn towards you with a little bit of confusion, but then malevolence. You can feel coming out this figure. You are on your knees here. What do you do?
So I'm in the courtyard.
You are.
So in that
right here on
corner,
the first?
I would roughly be kind of like where his finger is.
Like right here.
So actually, we don't need this map anymore.
Okay, cool.
So let's go ahead and remove things from this little map here, so we can actually have a.
Camera.
Whoa. Oh, yep. Battle camera. No.
Battle camera, no!
It's a scene transition.
Scene transition.
We're gonna put minis on a bigger map.
What the?
Okay, where's your mini?
Oh, my mini is right there.
Okay, wonderful.
So
Okay,
about-
so you're on your knees right about here.
Right about there, yeah.
Yeah, right about. No, I'm sorry. The balcony actually just right here. So you're on your knees right
Is
there.
It looks like there's a door right next to where I landed, basically.
Yeah, the front doors of the house.
Front doors to the house.
So there's the front doors of the house, but also if you move Colin's notebook there, you'll also see there's the front gate that leads up to the main road.
But is that magic barrier up? Tough call.
Tough call.
Okay, so the Mastiffs and the weird Shadow Man. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is, that deep ghoulish shit. I'm going to stand up, and I'm going to go see if I can, step over to the doors. Are they open? Are they unlocked?
You go to the doors, and they are unlocked because actually the doors are broken open.
Oh, good. I'm dashing in. I'm going into the house.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and use my action
5,
to dash.
10, 15. You're back into the You're back here into the great room. You see that these doors are open. You can hear the sounds of like somebody moving about over in that direction.
Okay.
What's your passive perception?
Passive perception is 15.
You smell the faint whiff of a familiar perfume coming from that direction. It may be Adelaide.
Adelaide! I'm going to
As you scream out her real human name.
What?
As you scream out her real actual name in the middle of this mission and yell Adelaide. Hold on,
Christ.
give me 1 second. Let me see real quick.
Yeah, no, it was fucking Christ.
We're secret agents.
Man.
Wonderful. You scream at her
Yeah,
name.
wonderful.
What do you do?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's all right.
This
This is Dungeons and Dragons, guys. This kind of thing happens.
It does.
It's part of the fun.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you do?
I don't know.
You don't hear any response, and then you kind of remember why you're here. You know, kind of as the
Which
chaos
is the
level
direction that we?
settles.
Which is the direction that we came in? I'm in this. foyer.
Over this direction.
I go that way as far as I can.
Excellent. So you have another 30 feet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you do 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You start making your way. Back towards the back door.
Mhm.
Okay. So we go ahead and go from Colton to the guards. Okay. So there's one guard left. You hear some voices above you, coming from the floor above you. You can't quite make out the words. But you both then start to hear some heavy footsteps, kind of making their way across the upstairs. Give me one. Yeah, no, that is that. So, heavy footsteps making their way quickly, and you see a shadow kind of falls across over here from the lights from upstairs. And you start to hear footsteps starting to come down the stairs. Okay, somebody is coming. We are going to go ahead then. Okay, so that's that. We then go to, so that's the guards. Hrabaz is going to join the chase. And then we are going to go to the Lantars. Oh, excellent. We go to Elias or Lantar, who is crying in the rain. We are going to go to Elias or Lantar. You hear more footsteps coming across the top. You hear the sounds of the dogs barking as they start to make their way towards the they start you see dogs entering the great room, and you can feel that malevolence that at a growing distance is still behind you somewhere. You can feel that you are being followed. We will then go ahead and go to Brock. So Brock, I like to imagine that as you you hear the sound of shouting from inside, and you think you hear Adelaide's name. You're right outside like the stained glass window right now, and you look and you can see that there's a shadow in there that the shouting is coming from. You recognize the voice of Colton, even though you can't necessarily make out his form, but you recognize the voice of Colton coming from directly on the other side of that stained glass window.
Well, obviously, I'm gonna break the stained glass.
Fuck yeah, you are. Okay. So give me a straight. Give me. You know what? Screw this. You're a big ass fucking barbarian.
That's what I do.
How do you break this fucking window? This gigantic, massive, beautiful stained glass window, right? Featuring like some sort of fiendish presence, right? Over fields of like flowers and grass.
Mm-hmm.
A very idyllic scene with a strange sort of figure above it, looking almost angelic, though its large horn seems to take away from that. You see that on the other side, and suddenly coming through that window.
Beautiful. No, Brock's just gonna pull up Lucille and just shoot right through the middle of that with this big old, heavy crossbow.
See a fucking, something that could have been a ballista bolt for a gnome. Just burst through that, and the glass just tumbles. You kind of back away a bit as this glass just kind of shatters around you, and on the other side of that now open window, you see.
We gotta go. I'm like right there.
Yeah.
Can I see Adelaide across the?
No, Adelaide's inside of the room.
Oh,
I'm technically I
she's
would be
in
in
there.
this room.
Okay.
She's in there.
Who else is in there?
Adelaide, she's still in there. I think
God,
we can't go back that way.
Okay,
And you see dogs coming in through the door now.
okay.
If she's still in disguise, she might be able to get out.
Okay. I will. I'm assuming it was my action to break the window. Yeah. I think his focus will lock on the dogs, and he's going to use his last rage. He's going to use his last rage for the day to just like, okay, now or never, and get ready to help his friends escape.
Okay. You want to take any movement?
No. Well, I don't know how much movement I need.
You have 30 feet. You were standing outside of that glass window when that happened.
I will, at the very least, square up to where Colton is.
Okay, excellent. You're gonna come through. You've got Lucille in your hands and squaring up as these dogs are coming through, knowing that another one of your allies may still be inside. You also see a shadow coming across and heavy footsteps coming down the door.
Yeah.
Down the stairs. So we're gonna go ahead and go from Brock there to Adelaide. So Adelaide, you hear the sound of your name be yelled at the house. You kind of like freeze for a moment, these papers in your hand. You hear dogs barking, and you can hear the sounds of like footsteps coming down, and you hear the sound of glass breaking, and then you can hear Brock's voice somewhere out there as well. What are you gonna do?
I'm stashing the papers on my person.
Sure.
And I'm going to move out 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to start running out frantically, sort of still trying to be Anna, run out, and I'm going to kind of look to the guard and go, "Where's Master Elias?"
Excellent. Are you giving these two any sort of signal? Trying to give them any sort of signal here?
As I'm waving my hands, I'm probably like waving like
in
leave.
that general
yeah, like
direction.
leave.
Yeah.
Like,
Get the fuck out of here! Okay, so let's go ahead and see if your deception pays off here. So I want you to go ahead and give a deception check. This is going to be this is mimicry, because you're basically trying to mimic Anne here. Everything you've seen about Anna.
So I am proficient in deception. That's no, that's 5. Not 20, so 25.
Jesus.
Oh wait. Was my 1d4, was that to persuasion?
Any charisma.
Charisma. Okay, so that I do have.
Wisdom
I
checks.
need to roll a d4. So it's actually 21.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you see, so the guard stops and what did you say exactly?
Where's Master Elias?
The guard just stops and sees you there and goes, "Well, he's back up in the master bedroom."
All right. I
Please, come with me. I will take you to him.
I'm gonna I guess use the rest. What are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8?
So you've taken the guard off the table. So he is now offering to escort you to safety.
Yep. Fun fact: I said the wrong name. I mixed their names up. I meant to say Elias.
All right. So
Yeah.
the two of you see that Adelaide is basically trying to get you to get the fuck out of here. We go to Colton. Colton, what do you do?
Run. I'm out the window.
Colton starts to run. We go. The dogs.
Hey, dogs.
Rush in
Hey, dogs.
and base up.
Yeah.
And you see the shadowy form of a man of what appears to be a man of pure shadow. But as he steps in, so he kind of stops at the doorway, right? He stops at the doorway there, and as he enters the room, you see he takes corporeal form. Just like as he hits the light,
as he steps into the light.
Steps into the light. You see a kind of a grizzled looking man in like a rough shirt with overalls. You recognize him from your surveillance as the groundskeeper.
Oh, that's why he only works at night.
Because he's a person.
Kind of just scowls in your direction. You see his eyes though still kind of have this like glowing property to them as he sneers at you with like some blackened teeth. And he sort of goes, get him. And the dog's like start advancing towards you. Brock, you're being told to get the fuck out of here. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna get the fuck out of here.
Okay, so you're gonna go ahead and
I will.
You got 2 dogs on me.
I do.
How much health do you have?
You gonna run? You're gonna stay and
take
fight.
2 hits.
So I have resistance to damage. I feel like I could gain more ground by dashing, but
Probably.
dogs.
Bark, 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 bark.
But the chance to pass up beating dogs, Will?
Mm,
Sorry.
I just hate them. No. I will disengage and try and move back and jump through the remnants
So
of
you're
the
trying
frame.
to carefully extract yourself.
Yeah. So I imagine sort of like keep warding them off as I'm stepping back away and like kind of rolling back through the window.
So as the two of you are trying to leave the manor, the dogs, the mastiffs start like kind of coming towards you, but as they hit the window, it sort of like marks the end of the property line because that wall abuts up against the back alley.
Right.
You hear a sharp whistle as you're like kind of making your way back from the window. You hear a sharp whistle as the groundskeeper like snaps his fingers and points to the ground in front of him as he like enters the room, and the dogs will not go any further. So as you make your way from the villa, you find that you are not currently being followed, but you can see the sound, you can hear the sounds like shouting and distant footsteps and people rushing past in kind of a distant alley there as the chase continues after your other 2 allies.
Yes.
Now, Adelaide, you are the guard kind of takes you upstairs and kind of pulls you upstairs behind him, and he stands at the top. He looks towards the stairs, and you see the doors are slightly ajar to Lord Helias's room, and you can see him and Harabaz are standing over the body of a man who has been cut in half. And there's just a pool of blood, and the guard looks down the stairs and he looks back towards you, and he looks towards the room and he goes, "Oh, well, perhaps you should go to Lord Elias's room for safety. There's quite grim tidings in Master Helias's room.
Okay.
Please allow it's through those doors. I'll cover. I must see to the intruders." So he's gonna let you go to just go to Elias's room. So you head. So what do? Do you go that way?
Yes.
Okay, so you go to Elias's room. You can see the window is open. And you can hear the sound of like soft sobbing from outside. It was so scary.
I'm gonna.
You look out. There's Elias down there, 20 feet down.
Okay. And he's moved off, so he can't see me in this room.
Yeah, no, he's run back down the stairs.
I am going to bonus Misty step from the window down to the alley.
Ollie! Anna!
Oh, Master Elias!
Where did you come from? I didn't even hear you. It was terrible. It was terrible, Anna. I need a soup.
The kitchens have been raided. Perhaps...
They've taken the soup, Anna? Why would someone take the soup?
No, they destroyed everything in there.
Including the soup?
Yes!
Oh, that's my comfort food.
Perhaps we should maybe get you somewhere else safe. I don't know that the house is safe.
I guess I could go back. I should probably head back inside.
Back inside? Has anybody called the watch?
Well, yes, I do believe I can hear them. Oh, Anna, we must clean up before the watch gets here. If they find, well, you know, then we're in quite a bit of trouble.
What room do you want me to start on?
Well, the kitchen's obviously. I need more soup.
All right,
And he will start storming off towards the front, towards the front of the house.
I'll make my way like I'm going back towards the pantry, and I'm like, once he can't see me, just
Beaten. Thief.
Yes.
Okay, so all of you have started to make your way away from the Erlantar villa, and that is the moment that we're going to go ahead and end tonight's session. All right, that was a things got real interesting in a lot of different ways. All right, so okay, well, let's start with Adelaide. Adelaide, Cassie, how's Adelaide feeling about the events of tonight?
I don't know that she ever heard any of the talk about us getting the stone.
Okay, sure.
I'm trying to remember who all shouted about it, and I don't know if I was ever in earshot. I do know that I seem to have documentation, which is good. But I've maybe been made, which is very, very bad.
I went out before we all freak out. Your first name has been just yelled out, and who knows if somebody heard it. Now,
My
first
hope
name
is,
isn't always the last name,
well,
too. I mean, heck,
also,
there's a boat in this world.
I was going to say,
yeah.
Hopefully they think it's the boat.
Boat! Sorry.
Sorry,
the walls cave in and a boat just comes in.
Well, no, that maybe somebody was yelling to get back to the
No, I know.
But, yeah, that is concerning. I don't know that she knows about them having the stone.
But what she does know? Let's focus on what she's she's had some information. How's she feeling about that?
She's feeling good that this seems to be some sort. I mean, she obviously wouldn't have had time to like read and really digest everything. It's more of like she grabbed it and stowed it.
Sure.
With the time that she had, but hoping that this is proof so that we can actually go through the channels that they have to answer for their crimes and be ousted, especially since they are high-ranking ambassadors.
Yeah.
You can't just kind of go, "Hey, City Watch, throw these people in jail." There has to be more to it with who they are.
Well, let's go ahead and move to Colin. Colin, how's Brock feeling about the situation?
Just great.
And done.
No, I mean, things got really hairy there for a minute, and he didn't want to, put himself into the situation where he had to choose between escaping with his life and his teammates escaping with their lives. So, I mean, granted, he doesn't know how that chase is resolving, but yeah, things were a little murky there. And I don't know, maybe it doesn't seem like we're being followed. Colton and I, at least, are being followed.
Those dogs aren't following me. That's all.
He hopes.
Fuck them dogs.
He hopes Adelaide can talk her way out of this situation like she always does.
RJ, how are you feeling about this evening?
He didn't like the party to begin with, but he's been on plenty of missions that he's been told, "This is the mission. Go do it." He did it. The rest of the mission is on him to get out of here. He's okay with it.
Yeah, you got the stone.
I've got the stone, and it's on me to get it there.
Mission almost accomplished,
cool.
right?
Yeah. If it's down to him getting away, he at least feels like he's got control of the situation.
Yeah.
So, and the fact that at least one other person's with him, so that we can play some games with them, and as long as one of us gets the gem home, game, set, match.
Love it. Okay, well, Deirdre. Sarah, how's Deirdre feeling about this?
Deidre is running out of breath because she's going to be running this entire time. Yeah, no, she is right now kind of just obsessed with getting away, like losing Cite and then going to regroup to find everybody. But she's concerned about getting away right now.
Yeah, right. Yeah, survive.
Yeah,
right now is the big thing.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Colton, Connor. Colton had a lot of stuff happen in a very brief amount of time, right? You were witness to some pretty weird things.
Elias is terrifying.
Terrifying.
There's some fucked up thing happening with him.
Mm-hmm.
Ow. I hate dogs. No, the character and the player both do not want to fuck with dogs.
Sure.
Dogs are vicious, and a couple of dogs can, like Colton knows, a couple of well-trained hounds can murder a person.
Okay.
So he saw those dogs, he was terrified, like, oh, shit. The Shadow Man, I've seen scarier. Those dogs, they'll rip me apart.
So I have to ask this question, because we have to address the elephant in the room, obviously. You may have just blown one of your eyes covers, but you also walked through like 5 doors and didn't close them. And if you remember from months ago when we talked about the thing that bothers Colton the most, it's when people leave doors open. So
this is an anxious nightmare.
The question on everybody's mind is, which one is eating away at Colton the most?
Which door?
No, the doors or the Adelaide.
I mean, these ones were broken open, so that's really not that was already there. Honestly, probably the door to the bedroom. They just fucking left it open while they were standing there having a standoff. Like, half the reason he's used the shatter was to try and shut it.
Yeah, no, I get it. Well, so we will see what happens next time. I'm actually very much looking forward to the
culmination.
The culmination of their Lantar job, as well as the fallout from everything that's happened tonight. So I think that's going to be very interesting. And hey, I'm even more interested in seeing all of you at home coming back and watching the next episode to the thrilling conclusion of this. So I just want to say thank you so much for being with us here this fine evening for us, whatever time it is there for you. And we hope to see you next time.
In the basement.
Yeah! That's the thing. That's the thing
that happens at the end of each episode.
That's the thing that happens at the end of every episode.